Hi, Chad. How are you? How's everybody doing? Hi, LJ. How are you? Hope you are having a good day. Today is gonna be a very chill stream because we're playing a very chill game. I'm good. That's good. That's good. I am good. I have been awake since like 9 p.m. yesterday. So slay. That's another reason why it's gonna be a little calm today. That's okay. Hi, Papa. How are you? Yeah, this is Our Life Now and Forever. It is a free dating sim. I got it off of what's it called? It's not Steam. The other one is it Itch? Itch.io? Is that what it's called? That website? I got it off of there because I have a lot of that. I have a lot of games. I didn't remember to keep looking at that site because I forget to. Tired after didn't sleep. Oh no, I feel that, Papa. I haven't slept yet either. Make sure when you get tired that you try to get some sleep though, okay? It is very important that everyone gets their sleep. Yeah, if y'all weren't there, I was hanging out with Tia Queen for her and Aruna Queen's anniversary stream, and we're playing some Lethal Company, and I was trying to poop. But we couldn't buy a toilet because they got rid of it, and I was sad. We got a goldfish, and that's all that matters. But I did clip that. I did record that. So I'm gonna clip that later. Yeah, let's start this game. I think it's voice acted. I don't remember because I played one of these before. They have another game that I played on my own before I became a streamer. And I think that one was kind of voice acted, but I don't remember. There's a vibe that makes me think that I'll cry. Oh, I hope not. I want a cute game, not a sad one. Oh god. Welcome to Our Life Now and Forever intro demo. This is a preview that includes the first few scenes of the game's prologue. Expansions and improvements of the game will come as time goes on. For example, the finished version will have partial voice acting. The finished version doesn't have any voice lines. The game is complete. Oh, I skipped it. Return the game. When the game is complete, the entire story will be playable from start to end for free. However, optional paid DLCs will be available to add in even more scenes. The very start is a brief tutorial that will be skippable in future playthroughs to help you get acquainted with all the many ways your choices can impact how the game plays. At any time, you can press the pref button on the left side of the game screen to open the settings page and make the experience better suited for you. You can change the text size, font style, sound volume levels, turn the light animation elements on or off, and other general options. The story of Our Life Now and Forever spans 12 years. The character you play is beginning as a 10-year-old child, ending as a 22-year-old adult. In between those points are two other stages of life, 14-year-old adolescence and 18-year-old young adulthood. This time period is referred to as steps 1 through 4. The demo only contains scenes from childhood. You'll be able to determine almost everything about the playable character: name, appearance, personality, pronouns, skills, weakness, how they act, what they feel, and more. No, like sometimes is it like a good cry? You know what? That's fair. That's fair. There is good cries. I made Fluff watch The Hunger Games, and I wanted to cry when we finished it because it's such a good series, and it's sad at the end, but it's also like happy, but it's sad. It's like I don't know how to describe it. Knowledge skills can change as you grow up over the course of the game. However, they won't be forgotten. Who you are and who you were is remembered by the game and the characters you meet. The choices you picked in step 1 can still be referenced all the way in step 4. It builds together. The goal of Our Life is to let you truly live your own unique life in the quaint mountain town of Golden Grove. But there are also two lead characters who will grow up alongside your own MC, Tamarak Bauman and Yulin. You have the option of being their friend, pursuing one romantically, just having them simply be people you know, letting your connection change over time, and so on. Your relationship is customizable and progresses at whatever rate you want it to, if you want it to, though there are a couple limits to what you can do. You can't date them both or break up with one after officially getting together. If you had a lead become your romantic partner, that's permanent. Tamarick is a little girl, she, her, when you meet her, and she always identifies as a woman. Q becomes Chu. Chi? I don't know how to say his name. Story is a little boy, but questions their gender as the years go by. Chi will ultimately come out as gender fluid. Aww. Our Life Now and Forever doesn't include the option to romance a strictly male identifying character, but we have another game, Our Life Beginning and Always, if that's your preference. That's the one I've played before. There'll be other characters to interact with and befriend besides Tamarack and Chi, though those two are the main focal points. How will you get along with other kids, your teachers, your mom, and so on is still your control. With those basics mentioned, the tutorial will move on to the new screen now to explain another major gameplay event. The first thing you'll do in Our Life Now and Forever is design the appearance and basic details of your character. We could design our character, chat. You'll be able to select a first name, last name, and add a nickname too. You can also give your MC their general size, choose their dominant hand, and so on. The sex and gender of the MC is customizable as well. That'll be addressed more later. The remaining parts of this section are all of the many ways you can edit the appearance of your character. A cute dress-up doll icon is included to give an idea of what your playable character is like. You can change every aspect of the doll from the shape of the head and eyes to the hairstyle to the coloring of each element to what they wear. The customization can be extra unique by having the hair and or eyes be 2 different colors, tweaking the exact tint of the colors, tweaking the direction of different elements, and more. There's even one special tint that allows you to exactly match the hair and or eye color of your biological mom in the story. Or you can stick to preset options if you're happy with them or want to get through the customization faster. You can even randomize the MC and go with what that chance gives. What you choose will be referenced in the script, and the icon image you put together will appear on the text box when your character speaks, unless you turn that element off. The game has a first-person perspective, so you don't see your MC standing alongside the non-playable characters in the normal character sprite style. The first round of designing will set important basics like eye color and skin tone that will never change for the rest of the story, but almost everything else can be altered eventually. You get the option to use the screen to recustomize your MC significantly at the start of each new step. You'll be able to change your first name, nickname, pronouns, hairstyle, what they wear, add scars, etc. if you want. Along with the major recustomization sections at the start of steps, multiple times during each step, you'll be able to alter just the clothes of your MC. If you want your MC's outfit to be simple for exploring outside and nicer when they go to school, you'll be able to do that. And the new decoration options such as facial piercings will become available once your character has gotten older. Slay! That's everything for the initial screen, so we'll let you begin. More tutorial sections will pop up as you reach new gameplay features. Thank you so much for playing, we hope you have fun. Oh, this is so cute! Okay, we get to design our face chats. We want the pointy anime chin, or the slightly round chin. I don't know, let's do this face. I like this face. This face type. There's eyes. I don't know how to change the color. Oh, that's how you change the color. Oh. 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 There's that one corpse party. No, they're not odd. It's great. I don't know what you're talking about, Mork. Also, hi. How are you? And change the hue. And the lightness. Oh my gosh, pale as fuck. Okay, eyes. Do we want to give ourselves childlike wonder eyes? Let's give ourselves big old eyes. Give ourselves some big old eyes, you know? We can click heterochromia. Oh, you didn't even change the tints on here. Oh. I can make them really yellow. Make them really yellow. Yes. Okay, hair. What kind of hair do we want? Oh, that's cute. This is the hair front. We have messy. We have this cute little one. We gotta think young Electo. Do we want to go lore accurate or current accurate? That's the real question. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, they have different hair styles too. Oh, it's so cute. He's so cute. Go with this. This? No. This. No, not that one. This. You were in Ad Hell? Did you like Ad Hell? Was it fun? So kind of back hair do we want? Not straight. Do we want a ponytail? Do we want little pigtails? Oh, we look so cute. Let's give ourselves a high ponytail. Now, you know what, chat? We're going to go lore accurate, you know? We're going to go lore accurate. So we're going to start out how we initially started out in the lore. Mork Slay! What are we talking about? The lore stuff. I'm going to go lore accurate. Okay, neck accessories. Oh damn. That's a lot. Oh, that's cute. It doesn't show on the layout? What doesn't show on the layout? Eh? Above your head? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? I like this. Or, no, I don't like that one as much. I like this one. This one's cute. This one's cute. I think this one's adorable. I like this. I'm gonna stick with this. Watch streak time. Oh. Yeah, no, it doesn't really show up anywhere. Okay, so we got that. Overlayers. Oh, fancy. We can have like some fancy stuff going on. What head accessories do we have? Oh, they're so cute. Oh my god, we have a little flower crown. A little bow, and this is the ears on it. Oh my god. It's so cute. Glasses. We got little nerd glasses. Oh my god, we have earrings. We have cute little earrings, Chad. We have cute little earrings. Oh, you can't see them. It's right here. But we can have cute little earrings. Bandages. Oh god. Oh, it's so cute. It's so cute. What other extras? Scars? We'll have those later. They have the birthmarks. There's a lot of moles. A lot. And then other. What's the little freckles? You got little freckles. And you have acne. That's me for real, for real. We're gonna go with this for now. We're gonna go lore accurate, and we're gonna change it as we get older to look more like current Electo. We're gonna start with young Electo, and we'll go to current Electo. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, height. I think I was like average. Let's see, first name Electo. We're not gonna go with that lore accurate. I don't get to know my real name. We're not gonna go with that. I don't even remember it. Use nickname. Do I want to use a nickname? Dominant hand. I'm right-handed. Body type. I would say medium. Use nickname. Nah, we'll stick with our regular name. Tutorial again. Now you get to customize the identity of your. With MC's appearance, you can make this aspect of your character as personalized as you want, or not take use of the more specific elements. Determining the gender of the MC has assigned at birth, what pronouns they use, if they use multiple pronouns, adding your own custom pronouns, selecting which gender terms they're comfortable with, and such can all be up to you. You can also change everything except your assigned gender at birth at the start of every step. If you want to begin with one type of identity, then you have your MC go through a transition once they're older that's completely doable. Aww. Feel free to select whatever feels the most comfortable at the stage of the story. Aww. We'll do she, her. We'll do female at birth. Honorifics. Madam Electo Humidity. That's it. That's all I want. How would you like people to refer to you. Sure, we'll do feminine leaning. And if you've got your own character ready, you'll be able to influence the appearance of your biological mother. Oh, Salai! She has 3 hair textures and skin tones. You can have her look as similar as different from your MC as you like. She chose to raise a child on her own and used artificial insemination to give birth to your character. Oh, the biological father never appears in the story. Oh, okay. If your character happens to look nothing like their mom, it can be assumed that they take after the offspring father instead. You also get to choose what term your character refers to her by. Currently, it must be a title in order to make sense in the script. Enter in her first name, the phrasing won't make sense. Later builds in the game may be suited for calling her by her name instead of a title. You also be doing change the title you use for her at the start of every new step. Her skin tone and hair texture remain consistent for the rest of the game. Oh, okay. We'll make her pale, just like us, because we pale, okay. Let's do like good hair. We're gonna call her Mama. Yeah, Mama. What? What's that? Okay. Her name is Mama. We've got a last little bit of customization before the story begins. Your interface display style. First, there's your sticker. A sticker is just a charming little image that appears in certain scene graphics, such as choice menus and, more importantly, save files. You can easily track different playthroughs by using different stickers, and your sticker can change whenever you want by clicking the info button on the sidebar and going to your details page. One example to use it would be to have a playthrough you're enjoying, but in step 2 you're not sure if you want to romantically pursue Tom or Key. I don't know how to say his name. You can take the same file, change the sticker, and make another save. One version of the story and sticker could have been dating Tamarack, and the other sticker is a separate story with G. Finally, there are 2 different text box styles to choose from. Traditional visual novel arrangement with the box always along the bottom of the screen, or a more comic book style where the speech bubbles are positioned next to the one talking and at the bottom of the screen where there is narration. You switch between the menu point and the preference screen. If the simple text box is highlighted, you have the visual novel style. You click on highlight that button for the comic style. By default, both text box styles will have the icons to show who's speaking. Those can be turned on or off through your preference settings as well. Thank you for reading the beginning tutorial. Ooh, what sticker do we want, chat? What sticker do we want? I want... I want the bug. I'm gonna go with the bug sticker. Visual style layout, a visual style layout with icons. Ooh. With icons. Yeah, let's do a visual novel with icons. Okay. We're getting into the game now, chat. Let's go. Let's see how it goes. It looked like fall here in Golden Grove. More than any place you'd seen before, it could be one of your old picture books to show little kids what autumn was supposed to be. There weren't any green trees or bushes, but there weren't just bare branches yet. It was almost the same as normal. All that had changed were the colors. Red, orange, yellow, brown. Even the blue of the sky high above your head seemed different than it did in summer. It wasn't as bright either, as though it had gotten tired of sparkling by this late in the year, or it was like it was even farther away from you now that you were in this place. The plants and sky didn't get this way where you lived, where you used to live. Your thoughts continued to jump around while you stood there in a big circle of street at the end of a road. It was a weird path to you. It couldn't take you ahead or to the sides or anywhere else like most streets you've gone to. This one only came right here with those big houses. The view in front of you has something you'd only ever see in photos before from stapled together papers that advertised the middle house being for sale. It had been a picture book to you until this day. Now you knew that it felt like fall here too because it was cold outside. Chilly enough that you sometimes held your eyes closed for a few seconds longer than usual, to try keeping your eyeballs from feeling like they were going to freeze inside of your head. This was a real place. The icy air surrounding you said, and you were really in it. And it was where you were going to stay that was new. Your mama and you had lived in an apartment before, and never for very long each time. Hi, Ray Simmer. Hi, how are you? How you doing? That wasn't until she got a big job at this not that big town and bought a big house. You wouldn't be going anywhere else for a long time. Now in that moment, you couldn't imagine being there forever. Good and you? I'm good. I'm a little sleepy. I haven't slept for quite a while now. So I might yawn a lot. I'm sorry. But this is also a very chill stream. We're just gonna relax, get into the story, maybe have a few hee hee ha ha moments, who knows? Just sit back and relax. Easy. That's just the way it was. The old tin house at the very end of the long round road was now your house, standing tall with two others by its sides. Those buildings were homes too, with their own people living inside. And those people in those ancient houses were going to be your neighbors. We won? Wait, who won? Hi, fellow. By the way, how are you? But who won? Oh, Joyce already. Okay, wait, hold on. Wait, can I already save? No? Oh, again. Save. Okay, let's see. The brown. Oh, look, I don't keep up with sports, okay? How are you, Velo? It seemed okay to you? Mixed. Let me see. How would I feel? I would say... Yeah, I feel like a mix of emotions seems about right when you're like, I think over 10. I feel like you move to a new place. I feel like you have a mix of emotions. Hi, Zen. What even? It's a chill, like, life simulator game. I'm good. How are you? I'm good. I'm a little eepy, but that's okay. Would it be better this way? Worse? Something else? You didn't know what to think. Another choice. Already? At least your mama was still with you. You go through bad stuff together. Alecto, come on over and take a look. Oh, that was your mama's voice. You hadn't noticed she'd gotten so far. It was enough to bring you comfort, and you made yourself move forward towards the unknown in order to reunite with her. Off the cul-de-sac road and cutting across lines of grass and sidewalk, you reached the picket fence your mama had called from. The gate was unlocked. A cute little house. Unlike the other houses, in front of yours was a tiny grain-stoned walkway that led up to a couple little steps, and those steps led to the door. You dragged your feet along the rocks and dirt. The small private path was more uneven than you thought. The tip of your shoe got caught on a raised edge between ground and stone. It caused you to stumble up the line right before arriving at the end of the rocks. You steadied yourself before carefully going up the tiny stairs. I would do this in real life. I'm very clumsy and I would fall. I went off in my apartment because my roommate left me here at a puff. Shit, oh no! Did it tell you there was a pot of stuff on the stove? Or were you cooking stuff on the stove and it started smoking? And there your mama was, standing at the edge of the porch, arms folded and waiting. Oh, look at her! She's so cute! She must have been moving around before because the shiny opal earrings she had on were twisting from side to side a little bit. You knew were the real opal stones because she told you before, when she first got them. She also told you a long time ago that her normal name, not Mama, was Opal. Oh. Her clothes were the colors of a cloudy day after rain had already come and gone. The kind of day that would be cold and bad or really relaxing and comfy. It depended. They did what they said. They left it on low and it was on high. Bruh. Your house didn't burn down. That's all that matters. What were they cooking? You wonder which way she looked at it from. You didn't know. The rest of her, though, was so much more bold, especially the matching purpley cranberryness of both her hair and eyes. There weren't a lot of things out in the world with that color that could feel gloomy. Mama smiled at you and made you feel as soft and warm on the inside as your mama was on the outside. What do you think? It's a pretty place, huh? Um. It stinks. That might be you, my dear. We were jammed in a car for hours. Hey! Rude? I'm not stinky. Her tone was just as silly as yours had been. He puffed up, pretending to be mad about it. No, it's not me. Her mouth stayed in the shape of a smile, but her eyes and eyebrows changed, bending in a way that made it seem like she wasn't really smiling. Or it was some other kind of smile. She put a hand on one of the white painted pole things that kept the porch roof from falling down. Her fingers moved down it. It won't be too much longer. The real estate agent should be here to hand over the keys in a couple hours or so. Then it'll be official. You'll be the newest residents of Golden Grove. You shifted your weight from one foot to the other. It was a big deal to your mama. Her whole life was changing too. You hoped it wouldn't be a mistake. You didn't want your mama to be sad. Well, you've seen the yard and the outside. You don't have to wait here the entire time. How about you go look around the rest of the neighborhood? She bent down, placing her hands on her knees in order to speak directly to you on the same level. It's a safe town, especially in this area. You'll be able to play freely out here. You know what? We'll perk up at the suggestion. Mom went back to her normal way of standing with her head up high and arms folded. That's the spirit. Enjoy yourself. Just don't stray into any other streets today. I won't. I promise. Thank you. I trust you. With that, you flipped around, bounded down the steps, and went back on towards the sidewalk ready to explore. Off on an adventure! The prologue. Your shoes really squashed into the dirt part when you crossed from where you were down the solid road. The smell of the grass and rain softened the ground, crisp though somehow also kind of musty, hung in the air, bringing a whole new year of school with it. You're going to be a 5th grader. What game is it? It is called Now and Forever, or Our Life Now and Forever. It is a really cute game that is for free on itch.io, I think that's what the website is called. It is a very cute game. It's kind of like a dating sim, but you don't have to date the characters if you don't want to. It's very, very cute. Art style is very cute. They made another game that I've played before called Our Life Beginning and Always. That one was also really cute, so I also highly suggest that one, and that was also free, and I think on Steam. So yeah. You're going to be a 5th grader. It would be completely different from just being a 4th grader, and not just because you'd be attending a new school. You'd be in the highest grade of the place. Maybe that was why your mom was so sure you could do this by yourself. You were growing up. It felt good knowing there was more and more out there that you'd be able to explore on your own. And before you took one more step, there was a faint tap against your shoulder. I'm yawning a lot. It was barely stronger than the wind, but it was definitely something. It was completely out of nowhere. Honestly, if it was out of nowhere, I'd probably jump. It was pure instinct. You hadn't even realized it happened till you were back on the ground. Rapidly, you ping-ponged your gaze from left to right, trying to get a glimpse of the poking perpetrator. No one was there. The neighborhood was empty except for you. It's a ghost. We're haunted. I knew it looked too good to be true. You would have settled on it being a mystery forever if you hadn't noticed there was a thing left behind from the encounter. Sitting there in between the muddy brown blades of grass was something new. Oh, a paper airplane. Who would throw this at a stranger? When would they disappear after doing it? As you consider those questions, your gaze shifted back toward the right, and the side of the street where the tap came from. Whoever sent this to you had gone that way. You crashed down to grab it while keeping a lookout to make sure nothing else snuck up on you. The paper didn't feel the same crinkly, crackly way most normal paper did. It was thicker somehow, almost like a piece of cloth. It was cottony. It wasn't the only part that stood out. The picture was a tan color with dark brown lines. Not white and blue or white and black or something regular. More questions to add to the confusion. Where would paper like this have come from? You turned the paper airplane around in your hands and squinted your eyes keenly. There were pencil markings on the underside. The paper had scribbles or maybe even words on it. That was enough of a sign to undo the shape someone had put together. You pulled at the flaps of the plane and flattened it out between your palms as best you could. It was true. The paper airplane had a message on it. Well, maybe, you thought. There were some words on it, but not a lot, and they were different lines from each other. You read over each tiny part from top to bottom. Hello. Go out. Head out. And then the bottom corner was Electo Eumenid. Your name. It had been addressed to you personally. There was no mistake that you were the one that meant to get the plane. You scrunched up your face. A person wrote some stuff on a piece of paper, turned it into a paper airplane, and threw it at another person, and the message they sent was that? This was something. None of that kind of made any sense that they were all real words, but none of them meant anything together. You weren't sure what to make of it. You know what? I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. We're gonna go Nancy Sleuthin. So I wonder something had to have sent this to you, and you weren't gonna stop until you found out who and why. Past the parts where the light shone through the clouds and the parts where it got darker, you began your investigation by heading in the same direction the paper had hit you from. The half circle of houses was out of sight by the time the normal sidewalk ended, and it really ended. Instead of connecting to another street with homes or stores, there was a car road behind you and a bunch of trees and plain ground in front. Going down the road would have brought you to the rest of the town eventually. You were sure that would be straying too far, like your mama warned against. That was okay. You had other options. Ooh, it's so pretty! Fitting in between the dark trunks and bright leaves were two lines stamped out through the grass. They weren't in opposite directions. It was a crossroads. One led towards where the neighborhood was, but back further, right on the edge of where the forest started. The other went completely into the trees, a walking path for the people who lived here. You stood there at the start of this turning point in the woods in your life, feet poised to move over the stirring thicket floor. You didn't know where you were going. How could you know which one was better? You never tried either, and there were no clues on where to start now. It was a puzzle that made you pause. You thought about it as hard as you could, even shutting your eyes to focus. And finally, I am gonna save here. In case. Let's go. The walking path of the tree line. To the tree line. And your quest continued. The path ended up being kind of trick. You ran out of dirt to walk on only after a mile or two, and it became plain grass everywhere. Luckily, you had to keep following the curved bend of brush and tree trunks that separated the forest from not the forest to know you were going where you had planned to go. But as you strolled even further, something came into view. You almost didn't notice it at first. Stretching about as high as the trees that made out practically the same colored wood was a tower sort of thing. Ooh, fancy! The bottom of it was mostly empty space with a thin, thick holes at the corners, and only one full wall. There were little fake rocks stuck at the board at the wall side, probably for people to climb on. Above was an actual floor with a slanty roof and railings around. Some ropes dangled off in multiple places. The thought came to you that it had the same feeling as a tree house, except not in a tree. It definitely wasn't a real house. You might have found a local playground. Curiously, you moved closer and to your right and front, and that's when you came to the shocking realization that there was something up there at the top. Eyes squinted to try seeing more clearly, and your neck bent back so far your head might fall off. You can make out a lumpy pile. Let's see. Let's do... Stood there looking. What else could be done at a time like that? You're only able to wonder about the top of the tower mystery in silence for a little while. The sudden sound of clattering ruckus from inside the fort made you flinch in place. It was a scrambling, thudding noise that you knew came from movement. That lump stopped being just a lump, shot up, bent right over the railing, peered down, and saw you. Oh, oh, little cutie patootie. It was a kid. Let's see. Who were they? That's all you could wonder. The silent standoff of surprise played out between you and the stranger. Then altogether, one half of their mouth, one of their eyebrows, and one of their hands shifted upwards. The lopsided pose they had and the fact that they were at the top of the tower made them seem pretty in charge here. Who are you? Why are you in my backyard? Oh, they were in charge here. I didn't know those were your backyard. I couldn't tell. Sorry. Somehow they twisted their smile and leaned over the railing even more than before. Yeah, there's no fence, but there is a house right over there. And if you look again, you can even see there's the back of a house. And so this is the backyard. My backyard, because I live in that house. You knew what a house was and what a backyard was. I was making a joke of you. That house? It isn't close to here at all. It's way over there. Your perfectly wise argument didn't have an impact on their stupid smile at all. You have a pretty big backyard. Thank you for saying so. At that, they pressed the palms of their hands hard against the railing and then used it to kick their legs up over the sides and throw their stones right off the fort. There was a powerful crunch and a gust of air when the person hit the ground, just a little to the side of where you were. They landed on their feet, crashing to a ball and making the hood of their jacket flip over their head from the impact from falling so far down. The person stayed like that for long enough that the leaves they stirred up settled quietly onto the grass again. The kids straightened themselves out with more poise than you could have expected. Squared shoulders, chin up, and with one hand they pushed the hood down over their back again. They were confident and knew how to show it. And that's that. You were left speechless. It was crazy. They took a hold of the open sides of their jacket and flapped them out, shaking off with sticks and whatever other stuff they got on it when they collided with the dirt. Anyway, they shifted their head around to get their hair back over their shoulders, the way it was before, and then jabbed a finger into their own chest. I'm Q-Lin. Q-I-U-N-L-I-N. It means... Both of Q's arms spread out openly, gesturing to the wide world all around. Autumn, nice to meet you. Aww. What's your name? My name's Electo. Great, but what's your whole name, Electo? It was persistent enough that you gave him the name in the end. Madame Electo Eumenid. That was perfect, Madame Electo Eumenid. Wait, and also, how old are you? You seem pretty similar to me. I am 10. He slapped his fingerless gloved hands against the front of his chest to show just how taken aback he was. Whoa, so am I. Nobody else close by was exactly 10 before, and that's just you. And we're gonna grow up someday, and I'm gonna grow up too. But that's never gonna stop us from being the same age. Cool. Let's see. Okay. That's fine to you. That is how age works. Exactly. They're learning. But the talk you were having ended with a clear clap from Q to bring it to a close. Now that we're people who know each other, I still want to hear what you're doing. Now there's my whole life in this town, in this neighborhood, in that house, and I've never seen you anywhere. There's gotta be something going on. I do like their jacket. He has a nice jacket. Well, you reach right into your pocket and presented the mystery paper to Q. Wanting your own explanation. How do you pronounce his name? I'm gonna keep saying it wrong until I figure it. Hold on. pronunciation. Oh.
pronouncenames.com.
秋
You?
秋
You? You?
秋
You? You? You. Weh. You. You return to your pocket and present the mystery paper to you, wanting your own explanation. But before you even said anything about it, Chiyo wheezed with a tight grimace. He looked as stiff as a wood tower behind him, just like that. He stammered and babbled and pointed his finger all around the space that was sort of in front of you until the word finally came to him. A sorcerer! Excuse me? What? Nani? No, wait! Chiyo threw his hands up higher towards his shoulders, the sudden movement making sure nothing interrupted his train of thought. You're a thief! That's why you're here, to rob my house! Excuse you? I'm both. Oh, what? What do you think I'm a sorcerer robber? Got all fluttery with his laugh and the waving of his fingers. No, you're just a kid, but you got some good tricks. Chiyo tucked one of his hands inside his jacket and he moved it around in there, humming the whole time. There was some kind of secret pocket or compartment in that coat. Aha! Just as I thought, when he removed his hand, he was grabbing onto something, and it was a little notebook. The edges were bent up and crumbly, probably from being squished in a lot of ways and a lot of times. And there were papers sticking out in weird ways that made you think they weren't even attached to the book anymore. They were just smashed between other pages to keep them in place. The thing you noticed the most were the colors, and with dark brown lines. It was the paper from the airplane. Chiyo flipped open the book, tapped in a slow, considering rhythm at the front page with the back of his knuckles, and said what you wanted to know without you having to do anything. It was my special paper with my notes on it. It was not in my notebook, it was in your pocket. You must have done the thing that's sleight of hand. Sleight? Sleight of hand. That's what you did to snatch my stuff in the blink of an eye while I was standing right here. So you're a magician or a pickpocket, that's all it could be. He shifted on his feet, putting one hand to his hip and using the other to make a waggling gesture with the notebook. Chiyo was really confident in his accusation against you. Can you show me how you do it? That waving motion Chiyo did was too much for the old notebook. Bit in half upwards and down with the momentum of the owner's arm. Some of the papers slid out and they drifted to the ground lightly, the same way leaves fell from trees. You stared right at them, sitting on the ground freely like that. You didn't. Imagine just staring there, just not saying anything, just staring at the paper. Like, yes. You just dropped a paper and someone picked it up? Nah, I never lose things. Boy. The papers on the ground say otherwise. He said it proudly, still not paying attention to the papers cluttered around his feet. They were pretty much just waiting to blow away in the wind at the point. The papers on the ground right now, you know. Chiyo's eyes widened. He lifted the notebook over his head and twisted his feet outwards more to fully clear his view of the grass below. Finally, he spotted the missing pages. Whoa, thanks! In the middle of talking, he dropped to his knees to scoop up the loose papers. It only took a second for each one to be gathered. He leaned off his knees onto his butt and made a little oof sound. From there, he got his feet against the ground while pushing up with his hands, still clutching the papers so he could stand again. With the successful rescue mission done, Chiyo delicately flipped through the notebook, inserting the loose papers along the way between different pages. He went all the way to the end. And Chiyo's complete book was pressed shut once more. Hey, that really helped, Alecto. A beaming smile directed right onto your face, almost at you, covering your eyes, but before that happened, he looked away. Gio twisted to the side to better rummage inside the pocket of his jacket. He made super sure there was a entire stack of papers made it back safely this time. He heard a sigh of relief. In an even swooping move, Gio tilted his head back over his shoulder to reveal the face again. The bright expression from before was completely gone. He had that smirk again. So, did you see that? I don't lose anything. Next time, I'm not gonna tell you about it. Smiling, Ishio leaned a lot more forward, all the way onto his tippy toes. He stayed up and put his hands against his chest like it was nothing. You didn't know how he stood on them so well. I don't know about that. You seem really nice. You'd help me out again. Thanks. Chio's fun with your reaction came out as a set of snickers. Cheeky mood drifted away once they were done. Gio twisted the side of the bed or rummaged inside the hidden pocket of his jacket. He made sure that the notebook made it back to its normal spot. When he tilted his face back towards you, he was quiet and thoughtful. This is very mysterious. My paper vanished, and a brand new kid appeared in my backyard all out of nowhere. I don't get it. Gio, I'm your neighbor now. I moved into the middle house on the street. Okay. Oh, the new neighbors. That's right, that's you. Makes so much sense. Gio shook his head side to side, flopping dark brown strands of hair around and trying to sort out his thoughts. But if you're just my new neighbor, not a thief or sorcerer, how did you know that was my paper? I didn't know, not for sure. What, were you showing my notes off to everyone you saw in the world? Yeah, that was kind of the idea. Huh? You breathed in, let it out, and tried to explain the weird situation that didn't even make sense to you. I got here today with my mama. She was waiting for the real estate agent, so I had to go spend time doing something. I went down to the road, and a paper airplane hit me on the shoulder, and nobody was there. You nodded along, probably not getting everything you were talking about, but curious enough to just keep listening. I picked it up and opened the plane and saw the stuff written on it. I thought the person throwing the plane was trying to get me invested. Stop yawning me. No more yawning. Yawning is for losers. Let's pop my back. Okay. I fixed myself in the chair. I've been looking for whoever did it since. When I met you, I had to check if you were the one who did it. You went to step over the steps that led you to the point as best you could, and she joined in with the conclusion. It wasn't me who made my airplane, but the page and things are on it are mine. He put his hand on his hips as he thought hard about the info he learned from you. That means someone else somehow got a piece of paper from my notebook and used that to make the plane they chunked at you for some crazy reason. I guess so, but if you're the one who wrote that, how do you know my name? That was on the note, and what were those other words supposed to mean? Hello, go out, hide out, Electo Eumenid? Doesn't make sense. Oh! Gio cracked a smile and flicked out his arms to start his own explanation. That's just stuff I was gonna do. Counting 1, 2, 3 on his fingers, Gio lifted off each part of the letter simply. Hello, say hi to the people around. Go out, visit the town or another neighborhood or whatever. Hide out means go to my hideout. Gio stopped to count down the path of sturdy wooden wall behind him with pride. Right here. If it's a hideout, why would you tell me it's a hideout? You seem alright. You can know about it. I don't tell anyone else. Right, yeah. For your name being there, my mom and dad told me. They talked about how people were moving in next door and how there were going to be a kid my age and that her name was Electo Eumenid. It was cool to me, so I wrote it down. That way I wouldn't forget. And I even took out and read that page a lot to make sure it'd be something I remembered. Looks like I forgot after all. The bare minimum, guys. The bare minimum, and we love it. Thanks for trying to remember anyway. You're welcome. I'll remember this time, definitely. But I'm gonna stick with you now. Whoever whoever took my paper is still out there and you were their target. Maybe you're not a sorcerer thief, but what if the paper airplane person is? We'll figure it all out and you won't have to worry about anything. Thanks, I would have been scared to go alone. Super. Do we have a plan? You stood up tall, accepting your now partner on this trip, and laid out the next part. Yeah, I know which way we should go now. We have to go back to the spot in the forest with 2 dirt paths. I know that place. It's right nearby. Let's do this. And so you started to walk along the autumn tree line now with your new partner in the adventure. She came alongside you with bold, certain steps. You were going to find that paper airplane person. Soon you reached the head of the path, and you were at the crossroad once more. You brought back knowledge and this boy with you. That's where we just were. You threw a thumb over your shoulder while walking ahead to show what you meant. Down there is just the road, but I haven't looked at the other way on that side. You switched the arm you bent back to point straight ahead across the forked passage, directing Shu's gaze to the second dirt imprint. With the tilt of his head, Shu grinned in agreement. Makes sense to me. The decision easily made, your and his crunching footsteps started up again in unison. And still your quest continued. Once you went through the foresty path, you truly entered the wild woods. Nothing else surrounded you any longer. Nature spread across the land with a narrow dirt line and fens being the only sign anyone had. What? In the spot before you, people were only visitors here. Old intermode leaves gently rustled against each other in thick clumps, with each tree's branches flowing onto the others nearby. It was enough to keep the sky and sun out almost completely, but the leaves burned bright with the light basking over them from above. The light made almost a massage. The foot-made passage continued to twist around up higher into the mountainside, further than you could see. You were amazed because it's so pretty. With your wide, wondrous gaze thrown every which way, you let yourself float deeper into the thicket. You'll watch your face. Your good mood was enough to rub off on him. I hang out in the neighborhood or the other parts of town most of the time, but woods can be cool too. Really? Why don't you visit more often? It's right by your house. I lived here forever every day of my whole life. Stuff's always going on with people in the neighborhood and in town. The forest is the same whenever you come back. Trees, bushes, some birds. It's kind of weird that you think about it. Oh, I love his little ponytail. It's so cute. He's adorable. I just want to squeeze his little cheek. Besides, the plants look different when the seasons change. It's like this time doesn't exist here. Casually, Shu lifted up his hands from his sides, only to gesture them downwards to the forest floor. And hey, you know, this path wasn't walking on has always been here, even before I was born. He strolled along, kicking a little piece of rock in the road, looking straight ahead. It's really been around for as long as the place has been Golden Grove or longer. For a second, he was thinking so hard that the smile he almost always had went away. And something made him chuckle when he pointed over to the side. That fence is kind of new. I remember there just being the dirt when I was little. That's the only thing that's ever gotten different out here. Wow. The quiet bubble that existed here in the forest away from the town popped from a sudden unnatural clatter. You stopped. It was a whooshing, thumping, and stirring up of the leaves, like something had crashed into them. You and Shu shared a look, both checking that the other heard it too. That wasn't me, and that wasn't you either. Yeah. You knew for sure that it wasn't the wind. It had to have been an animal or a person. It came from right over there. Thrilled Shu. The voice shrunk into an eager whisper. Could be them, the mystery paper airplane sender. Let's go before they get away. He decided just to take a peek. Crouched lower and stuck off the path. It was hard to keep your footing on the slanted, untrimmed ground. Fuck it up, me. When you reached a really tree-cluttered spot, you grasped the branches and pushed them aside in order to poke your head through. You moved in the same way you open up a set of curtains, and it was a lot harder to do. The tiniest branches couldn't take the bend and snap from the pressure. You feel the splintering ends of the plants scratch a little at your face and clothes. It wasn't as secretive of a check as you'd hope it would be. On the other side of the tree line was still the woods, but kind of an empty part. There was a lot of open ground with no trees or bushes growing and a ton of leaves that were gathered into piles. Past that clearing, the trees were back and even more closely pressed together than they were by the path. It was mysterious. There was nowhere easy to go. Nothing seemed out of place to you until... Oh? Oh, she's so cute! Hello! There was a shout and a new whirlwind of leaves rushing through the air. Underneath one of the piles was another kid. Scarf they had on. They stuck to their hair and clothes was pretty much never seen. Your sleeves stuck to their hair and clothes. You couldn't hold the leaning forward position any longer and stumbled forward completely into the open area. You stared at them and looked right back at you as everything they'd thrown into the air gently drifted back down. Hi. Hello. I got the stranger giggling. Joe folded his arms across his chest and blinked slowly and thoughtfully. He usually had plenty to say, but in that moment he was left as stumped as one of the actual stumps in the forest. Wait here! The jumping jack kid hopped again, but this time it was up to get off the ground. They dashed to the opposite edge of the open space, leaves scattering behind them, dropping out of their clothes and being kicked up by their steps. They were already wondering what was going to happen. Watching them go, she finally found some words. Another person I've never seen before today. He twisted around so the top of him was angled more toward you. He thought of his hand at the side of his mouth and held the other close to his chest, when he slowly the direction the stranger went. Like, do you know this leaf kid? Nope. Stranger! Oh shit. Yeah, I didn't think so. His arms fell back down like limp noodles. But he never took his eyes off the other person. He was definitely curious. From behind one of the tall crooked trees, the kid began throwing sticks and other plant pieces around. They were uncovering a hidden treasure, a big brown bag. Body in there. They had to use both hands to lift the pouch and get it over their head. The thick strap pulled tighter on the strain of the weight attached to it. The line of their mouth looked just as strained. The stranger huffed when they released the bag from their fingers, letting it rest completely across their shoulder. You heard stuff bumping around inside from position way over here. It was really full packed. But it doesn't slow that kid down. They ran back at full speed to meet where you were. When they were in front of your face, they gave a wave and asked a question. Hi, are you girls too? Shu gestured at the front of himself casually. I'm a boy, Mr. Shuilin. I-U and L-I-N. Wow, okay. Hi, Shio. The kids turned their attention to you. Are you a girl? Yeah. Sung her own praises in a chiming tone. Both girls, both girls. So cute. I also want to squish her cheeks. And all of a sudden, the leafy girl seemed to remember to introduce herself the way most people do. I'm Tamarack. Tamarack? What does that mean? Tamarack is a kind of tree. I like it a lot. Aww. You grinned widely at her enthusiastic introduction. It fits you. What's your last name? Bauman. Cool, Miss Tamarack Bauman. You know, my name means autumn. It's amazing. It's a match too. How do people know how to do that? I think we're just lucky. Lots of kids don't have the right ones. Yeah. So what's your name? The girl you know as Tamarack sent the question your way since you already gave his out. I'm Electo Eumenid. Nice to meet you. Oh, hi, Electo. She greeted you a finger spread wave of her hand as sweetly as if you'd always known each other and she'd done it 100 times. You think yours fits too? Your name? Sometimes. Alright. There's little chubby cheeks! It's so cute. god, I can just fucking eat her face. Anyways. Let's go to meet you, Tamarack. Maybe. He pointed a suspicious finger her way. She made another point with words. There was only one house for sale anywhere near this neighborhood. Electo lives there now. Where did you come from? Unless you're Electo's mom. Tamarack was completely tickled by the idea, giggling and covering her mouth with her hands. She didn't do a good job at stomping any of the laughter from getting out. I wonder what this game is about. So pretty much, hold on, I'm gonna turn my lights and I'll explain it. It's really dark in here. Lighting anymore before it's dark in this damn room. But pretty much what this game is about, you start as a child and you pretty much like meet like a neighbor or like a friend, like someone like roughly around the same age as you or is the same age as you, and you pretty much like grow together. So the reason this game caught my eye is because I played the first game these people made, which was Our Life Beginning and Always, where you dated like a male main character, or dated like a male MC. And that one was so cute and I loved it so much. And then I saw they made this game. And yeah, it's like they're both free. So I highly recommend checking them out if you like cute art, dating sims, if you just like story games, because you don't even have to date the characters if you don't want to. You can just be friends with them, you can be enemies with them. You know, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, they're so cute. I love the art in these games. They're so cute. If I could get like art of my model in this type of art style, I would cry. It's so cute. Technically, yes, it does have multiple, because you and like in this one you have like 2 love options, which is these 2. So you can choose to like romance her or romance him, or you can romance neither of them. You can just be friends with both of them, you know. No, I'm not a mom. I moved in with my Omi and Opa. Omi and Opa's grandma and grandpa? Yep. I've never heard of that. Is it another language? About being enemies? I think you can be, I wouldn't say like enemies, but you like don't have to be close with each other. I think you can make them hate you by being like rude, you know? Uh-huh. It's German and they're German. Cool. You two know a lot. There's a granny who lives there and a guy that's her husband. That's your Omi and Opa? I think so, probably. Omi has really long hair, Opa has short hair, and some of it's on his face. Yeah. Chiu bobbed his head up and down with great understanding. Granny and him have a kid now, huh? Wow. Aw, not the squats. Okay, I'll do the squats. Okay, hold on. I got this. I do it like every stream. And 11, out my hip. 12. 17, 18, 19, 20. Look, trust me, y'all. Okay, I have legs for days. I got thick ass legs, okay? I might have fucking amazing legs. Also, I hope y'all like the softer voice that I'm reading in. I'm trying not to like, I feel like it's like a really soft game. I'm trying to, you know, be calmer, be softer, you know, so we can like really get into the mood and the vibes. Ooh, speaking of vibes, you know what I can do? Hold on. I have a thing. Where's that? Let's do... Which one do I want to do? Let's do... I want to do this one. Yeah, we'll do this one. Okay. Okay. Easy. Easy. Yeah. He's so cute. Yeah. Your voice sounds great. Good. Something like a siren? Like, good or bad? Maybe comfy. Okay, anyways. We're not gonna ask, are your parents dead? That's rude. That's nice. Yeah. I know what a siren is, but you know, either that means my voice sounds really nice or I'm about to kill somebody, which, you know what? Fair enough. I've been here 5 days and it's really good. There's so much out here. I probably won't be finished for a long time. Months, maybe. The loudness of Chu's voice shot up. He was shocked and confused. 5 days? It's almost a week and I've never even seen you. Where have you been this whole time? I said so before. I've been here. Tamarack used one foot to push against the ground and the other to stay upright and spun around in place once. I love her outfit. I want to wear something like that. It looks so cute. I am like I feel like there's like different type of like winter people, right? Especially different type of like winter girlies. I'm definitely like a sweater girly. I love big sweaters. I love bulky sweaters, soft sweaters. I love turtlenecks. Like I love them so much. And I love when I get to wear them out because since I can't wear them in the summer, I can only wear them in the winter. But they're so cute and I love them and they're great. I love her like whole. I love like the overalls and that like big bulky sweater. I love her hair. It's so cute. She's so cute. I play in the forest every day. After getting the answer, he went normal volume again but kept frowning. Well, you can come with me and my friends if you want to. We hang out in the neighborhood and in town in my backyard and stuff. If you see us, just walk over and join. You don't have to worry. I'll like you and you can talk to me if you don't know what to do. She only shrugged and the shoulder without the back strap went up higher. Maybe. There wasn't a lot of interest for Chu's offer. Finally grinned again. Watched Tamarack with a tilted head. You're like your oppa, huh? No one ever really sees him around either, even though he's lived here for 1,000,000 years. Tamarack squished her cheeks between her fingers to like, oh, she's so cute. I want to squish her little cheeks. He likes his office a whole lot. This is my very first day in Golden Grove. Wow! It's barely different at all. We're a match. I'll shook my own spit. Furrowed her extra short eyebrows as much as she could as a new idea came to her. Hey, we're both girls and he's not. Are any of us the same age? I'm 10. We are the same, all three of us. Hooray! Same age forever. Happily, Tamarack held onto the worn strap of her big bag and bounced up and down in place. He decided that this was the perfect time to talk to her about everything that had happened. The paper might have been Chu's, but it was possible she was the one who sent it to you. Do you know anything about a paper airplane? Or, I got hit with a paper airplane a little while ago. Was that you? Oh, look at the hearts. Ah, yeah, you got it. I got it, that's for sure. Woo! I'm trying to do a higher pitched voice for her, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm slightly straining my voice to do it. She flung her arms up over her head in celebration, knocking her bag out to the side. It made a thump noise when it swung back against her. My aim is good. You blinked at her in disbelief. You'd truly done it. Found the mystery person who owned the paper in the first place, and the person who actually sent it to you as a paper airplane. She was so cute. You weren't the only one who had a reaction to the results. Alright, nice, Electo. Your wide eyes and Chu's cheers had Tamarack steadily looking between you and him, not knowing what the celebration was about but wanting to join. Yeah, it is. Your throw was perfect. Thanks. And yay for the trash doing something nice. Trash? Oh, for you. He brought both his hands up to his face and pressed his fingertips into his cheeks with great drama. Oh my god. You're so cute. What was that about never losing things, Shio? With a wrinkled brow, Shio shifted his hands more to the side so he could instead tug at the front strands of his hair, pulling them out fully straight. I don't know how it's possible. Wouldn't maybe be a sorcerer or a thief, would you, Tamarak? No. Too bad. You thought about how he was so adorable. They're both so cute. They're so cute. Tamarak and you both laughed, the sound harmonizing. Shio finished his pout, straightening up and putting his hands solidly on his hips. He was back to being in control. You know, there's nobody out there who's perfect. Accept my mistake, and I'm sorry to you, Forrest, for messing up the place. That's really nice of you to say, Shio. Thanks. I think it forgives you. Cool. Watching the two kids interacting, you started thinking about this more and more, going over the whole experience in your head. Your turning thoughts were put on a pause when Tamarak suddenly changed the subject. What are you two gonna do now? I've gotta go back. My mama is waiting for me. And I'll walk a lector there. I gotta make sure she doesn't get lost out here. I should probably see how my Omi and Oppa are too. They're pretty old and need help sometimes. She took a big hop closer to you and Shio, a smile growing across her face as she landed. We can go back together. Alright, we can. You relaxed your stance, accepting that this really was over now. Woohoo! Tamarak snatched up a nearby stick off the ground and directed the pointy end forward the way you had come from. To our houses! While chuckling, Shio used his fist to enthusiastically punch the air. Homeward Bound! Have y'all seen those movies? Is it Homeward Bound? Yeah. It's like the two dogs and the cat that get lost, or they run away or something. It's been a while since I've seen them, but they like try to make their way back home. Have y'all seen those movies? I used to love those movies when I was younger. They made me cry a lot. We're going back successful people. Yeah. She cupped her hands around her mouth to make it extra loud. We are victorious. And so you started to walk through the brown fall brush to get to the neighborhood again. You weren't going to be alone there. Tamarak bounded ahead, bouncing her arm up and down with the stick like she was the conductor of a marching band, while Shio came alongside with you even casual steps. You were returning to that house. Your new neighborhood had become even more orange-toned by the time you finally returned to it. The far-off sun slowly sank away behind the tallest mountains and forests to sleep for the night. Your shadows grew larger, pulling away from your bodies to reach out into the street ahead. The dark shapes morphed and combined with one another as you walked in your own mismatched rhythm. All while the eyeball chillingness of the outside world got more powerful bit by bit. Tamarak still stayed about 2 steps ahead. Sometimes she was closer and sometimes she got away from you again. You used her stick to knock at the bushes and lamps along the sidewalk. Shio was next to you, but had switched things up so that he was taking a large skip backwards. I guess it was to look at you in the face better, or he just thought it was fun. He pointed out the sharpest building on the street as he went. Part of it looked almost like a tower, a different kind than the one in the backyard. See? That house from the front? It's great. And that's your house, right? The one in the middle? And Granny owns that even further away one. Cool. The sounds of our steps continued to echo through the cul-de-sac until we came to a stop right at the center of the path. You arrived. Okay, this is it. She put out an eager grin. Yeah, and meet up later again. See you, Electo and Tamarak. Shio flipped around to go back the same way he had come with you. You need to return to the pointy red house with the huge backyard. This is his house, okay. Going to the left. He didn't drop any papers this time. Tamarack put both her hands up in front of her chest and waved them around. I'm going home too. Tamarack spun in place before dashing further along the sidewalk, the sloped gray house on the other end of the neighborhood. Aw, look at her little houses. Her bag clunked and jingled at her side the whole way there. He waited there in front of the house in the dimming evening light, watching the two other kids go to their homes right on the same street. You know what I noticed? None of these homes have garages. Wait, that might be a garage. Or maybe not. Where are these people parking the cars? It was cool to meet you two. That was everything. The whole outing was done. In the quiet resolution of your first day in this place, the two encounters you had earlier that afternoon drifted away through your head. Chiyo and Tamarack. Oh, you're at the stage where you'll set up your dynamic Tamarack and with Chiyo. Yeah, there's no garages. Where's their cars? I'm confuddled. Our life now and forever has a specific way of constructing the personalized relationship you have with the two neighbors you grew up with. It's called dynamics. This encompasses how your character and that character feel about one another and how they generally interact with each other. Yeah, I mean, they don't have to have garages, but they don't even have driveways. Even cul-de-sacs usually have driveways, right? I've never been to a cul-de-sac, so I don't know. It doesn't determine if your character is shy, or confident, or sociable, or unsociable. It's done through the phrasing actions you pick and normal choices. It is only setting how you and the two leads tend to think and approach things on top-line level. These settings can be the same for both Tamarack and Chiyo, or be entirely different from one over the other. The first part of the dynamic system is what you set for your relationship standing. The chosen relationship standing is always mutual with the other character. It's possible to change your standing at the start of each step, and even at certain points within a step, at least normally. There are some settings that can be changed once you pick them. I just never lived in a place. I mean, the places I've always lived were either in like redneck country towns where houses were like a good mile or two apart from each other, or it was like city-esque townhouses or apartments. I never been to like a regular cul-de-sac with like regular houses in a circle. There are some settings that can't be changed once you pick them. The 5 main options for your relationship standing are neighbors, friends, family, crushes, and beloveds. Neighbors means there's someone you know, and it's nothing more meaningful than that. Whether it's still amicable or completely cold or even hostile is up to you. Friends means that you're friends. While it's this standing, it's possible to go even deeper and have them be your very best friend. That's not set on the dynamic screen, it's a normal choice. Family means that you truly love them and always keep them in your life in a fully platonic way. You can't choose to love someone this deeply until later steps once you've known them longer. You also won't be able to change this setting to anything else once you've picked it. Please certain and unwavering. You can bring both Tamarack and Chiyo into your proverbial family. Crushes means that you and them have crushes on each other. While in this standing, you can keep your feelings a secret and act as though you're only friends or best friends, or it can be known that you're romantically interested. Later in the game, you can also officially go steady with Tamarack or Chiyo. If you begin dating one of them, your standing on the dynamic screen will change to partners instead of crushes. It's possible to be crushing on Tamarack and Chiyo at the same time, but you can only get into an actual romantic relationship with one. If you had been crushing on both and get into a relationship, you'll automatically go to being friends with the character you're not dating. You won't be able to keep expressing romantic interest in them. And if you do date one, you can't break up with them. The partner status can't go away once you get it. It is possible to change simply crushes to one of the other options if you want to. Your loves means that you truly love them and will always keep them in your life in a clearly romantic way. You can't choose to love someone this deeply until later steps once you've known them longer. You also won't be able to change this setting to anything else once you've picked it. It's completely certain and unwavering. Like crushes, the romantic feelings can be known, a secret, or can be official partners. If you're at this setting, you unlock the possibility of getting engaged and changing your relationship status to fiancés. Ooh. There's no requirement to get married or even date. What you do or don't do with your feelings of love is up to you. The lead will respect your set boundaries. We love it. If you are beloved, make choices where you're hoping to get married but haven't asked yourself, your partner can be the one to propose instead. The MC will accept that proposal by default because the game believes that they want that. You can't convince your partner to think marriage is a good idea and then reject them when they pursue it. So fucking true. Also, you can only choose beloveds from one of them. Tamarack and Shuo each have their own romantic scenes that aren't set together. At least that's the current situation. If time and budget allows, we may be able to add a new set of alterations for being able to love with dating. Please, I need to date both. I want a harem. I want polyamory. It's not a guarantee that we can do it, but that is something we have in mind. As part of the dynamics, the second part is expression elements. This is how you and the other character generally interact with the other. A relationship standing, expression elements are determined separately for Tamarack and for Shuo. It doesn't have to be the same for both. But expression elements don't have to be mutual between your character and Tamarack and Shuo. They have their own ways of conveying themselves, and your character gets to have theirs. Expression elements are broken down further into 3 meters with 3 choices per meter. You're talking about children? No, it says later. Later on, you can date them. Meter 1, deferring, teamworking, and contesting. Meter 2, praising, unassuming, and teasing. And meter 3, dotting, accepting, and admiring. For meter 1, you can use it to determine if your character is a follower or goes with the flow using deferring. Collaborator or compromiser using teamworking, or tries to be the leader or decision maker where the other person actually wants to follow them or not using contesting. Meter 2 determines if your character is the type of person to go out of their way to make comments on the other person and what they do. If not, they're unassuming. So the comments can be complimentary or flirty if praising. They can be joking or giving the other person a hard time if teasing. You get to control the phrasing intention through choices. Meter 3 can be set to determine how your character views Tamarack and Shuo. Do they feel like they need to look out for them, or if they're on the same level as each other, or that the person is more incredible than most? When you first meet Shuo and Tamarack in the story, they go with their normal kind of behavior for their interactions with your character, so that their expression elements are always the same in Step 1. Step 1 Shuo, teamworking, teasing, and dotting. Step 1 Tamarack, contesting, praising, accepting. As you spend more time with Tamarack and Shuo, and they'll get to know your character better, in each of the next steps, their expression elements can change to match that. If, for example, you're friends with Tamarack and express displeasure whenever she insists on getting her way, she'll notice that. In Step 2, instead of contesting, she will be teamworking with your character and even deferring depending on the details. Your connection with your character will develop organically. Ooh. While in future steps, you also have the option of customization through expression elements if you want to make sure your playthrough has a specific feel. Starting in Step 2, if you're more than just neighbors, the 4th expression element meter unlocks. Meter, jealous of, not jealous, jealous over. Jealous of means that one character is envious of the life, appearance, abilities, relationships, or something else of the other person depending on the specifics involved. Jealous over means that they feel discomfort if they think the other person seems to like someone else more or isn't spending as much time with them as normal and such. The jealousy meter does nothing but let you add more negative feelings or relationship competition interactions, an extra element of drama to your life. We love drama. By default, Shuo, Tamarack, and you will always be not jealous, which skips all that. You have to choose to customize the expression elements and set them to being jealous in one way or the other for that kind of emotion to crop up. With relationship standing and expression elements, you'll be able to have a truly personal dynamic with Tamarack and with Shuo. There are dozens of combos for the step you are in, and I'm going from step to step. Being at crushes in Step 3 will be different if you used to be friends than if you were crushing from the start, and so on. There are plenty of options to try out. That ends the dynamic system tutorial. We hope you enjoy the connection you create with Tamarack and Shuo. Oh boy, so many options. Okay. So, for now, we're gonna be neighbors. Okay. We just met. Right, we're gonna be neighbors. I don't know. I think of this as like a kid perspective. Like, we're 10. I feel like when you're 10, you meet somebody and you get along, you immediately assume that they're your friend, right? So let's do, I would say we're deferring, praising, and dotting. I feel like that's us. That's me. And then this one, we're gonna do friends again. Oh, we're gonna do friends still. We're still gonna do the same for both. That's just me. Okay. I get some water so we can get back to reading. I love these games, but oh boy, do they wear my throat out after a while. For real, for real. Oh. Ooh. It was so different for you from just that morning when you left and went on the drive to move. Before then, you'd never been in Golden Grove. Seen it only in pictures and hadn't known anybody who was a local there. But here you were, a person who lived in the town and was friends with the neighbors on both sides of your house who also lived here. Were you friends? You thought so. Alecto, is that you? Your mama called from over the fence. Coming! You bounded forward and passed through the gate. Mama had left the porch and was there to meet you. Thank you for coming back. I'm sure you were having an exciting time out there. My eyeballs itch. Oh, they're itchy. You're never gonna believe what happened, Mama. I bet, but I look forward to hearing about it. From strength to strength, we got the key to the house. The agent finally arrived about 20 minutes ago. They're gone now, but I haven't peeked yet. Both of us should be here for this. It's your house, too. Yeah, this is our house now. Absolutely. Come on. Mama turned to go and slipped the key out from her sweater pocket. She gestured with the other hand for you to follow. Mama led the way as she went back up the stairs. The key fit perfectly into the hole in the door, and Mama smiled at the sound of the unlocking click. Carefully, she leaned forward with her shoulder, giving it a nudge, unsure if the best option for the ancient door was extra force or extra restraint. The house opened with a creak. Air came out through the front like it was exhaling. Mama let out a breath at the same time. Not gonna lie, that spooked me a little bit. Over here, Alecto. There's space for you to get a little closer. You can see inside here. You scooched towards your mama's side in the door frame. It was then that you noticed there was a mat at the front, and it was a light color and kind of hard but fluffy texture. The sort of mat that get dirty looking right away when it was used, but it was still clean and nice. It hadn't been worn down at all like the rest of the building. Part of the house wasn't just an old thing left behind by other people who didn't need it or want it anymore. Someone must have put it there for this happening, for your mama and you moving in. Written across the top it said, "Welcome home." Aww. Mama softly tapped the top of your shoulder, bringing you back into the moment. She kept the hand there, leading you ahead with her. Sure, you walked through the door. Everything in the air was still. The wind was blocked, but it was practically as cold inside as it was outside. Mama shifted forward cautiously, feeling around for a light switch. Got it. A dim light from the ceiling sparked on in an instant. And there in front of you was an old-fashioned living room. Look at all that dust. The house had furniture that came along with it, but it wasn't a set. The pieces were mismatched, each chair, table, and bookshelf in a different color. They were covered in transparent sheets of plastic and in dust. Just look it all up, easy. Dust. The room had a real fireplace made out of brick. In the back, you could see a staircase going up to another floor. Beautiful. Even better than the photos. There's potential inside these walls. It'll work when you had your stuff out. You have to admit, it might not be as bad as you first thought. Mama touched the tips of her finger to the muted blue paint next to her. We'll have to clean as much as we can to make it livable before bed. It'll be a long night. I can unpack more of your things tomorrow. I'll be doing much of that on my own. You're going to be busy. Mama increased the pitch of her voice, squinting her eyes sweetly. After all, it's the first day of 5th grade. Ew, middle school. You groaned. Yeah, it threw your head back dramatically. Ugh. She let out a breath gently while watching you. We just got here in time, clearly. Her eyes drifted closed and there was a crease in her brows. She seemed further away without having gone anywhere. Even though I am here early for the job, I was not going to make you be a full week late to class. Being new to a town like this is already going to make you a point of attention. I couldn't tell if she thought that was a good thing or a bad thing by her tone. Mama didn't say any more than that. She lifted her circle scarf over her head, careful not to have it catch on her earrings, and left it on top of her suitcase. So, you want to see upstairs? Not really, but I'll go. The second floor was more of the same, lonely, sealed away rooms with furniture nobody had been using for ages, or covered up by plastic sheets. What's up with the random chair in the corner? And lots of dust. You see the footprints your mama left behind in the grime as she wandered the halls with wide, amazed eyes. After checking the state of the whole house, Mama made the decision to leave the furniture in its protection until after the sweeping was finished. There was too many dust bunnies that might jump over to take a seat on your couches if a spot was available. I hope I can remember where I put that dustpan. The room itself shouldn't be that hard to find. We returned to the living room after Mama got her trusty crafting scissors out of her suitcase, put her scarf inside it, and was taking the scissors out. Mama then went through some of the taped up boxes. It was her birthday, and each one was a shiny, unopened present with a ribbon on top. But her gift was just stuff she already owned. One by one, she took out the supplies that had been brought for this moment, setting them around her legs on the floor wherever they were spaced. Then she divided them out into separate piles. A pair of yellow gloves, a fluffy fresh duster, a bottle of cleaning spray, and a full roll of paper towels. Mama had a set of her own. The other was for you, and you were going to need them. There was only one broom and dustpan that she did successfully find. You're going to take turns using that. The first move in the make the house a place people can actually live in plan was yanking open the streaky windows to get some airflow in going. But before even that, you had to get the locks on the window themselves to come loose. You dug your fingernails in between the base of the window frame and the latch pressed against it, forcing it to move against its will. When the lock clicked into place on the opposite side, you shoved the window up with both hands. The gloves were already patchy with filth. The icy, crisp breeze that flowed in from the outside was a lot more welcome to this point. You had a good look at the neighborhood while catching your breath. Streetlights had come on. But you then left the window there to do its job and got back to yours. The two of you went back and forth, up and down around the house to open up everything that you could. The windows were jammed in place so tight you had to leave it alone for your mama to get to it later. The next point on the list was to somehow scrub down all the floors, walls, counters, and every other inch of space where dust could settle, which was every inch of the entire house. You picked a spot and gave it a sweep with the fuzzy head of the duster. A nice line of clear wood followed behind your motion. The pattern continued for a while, and wherever the duster layer was going from a spot, you're going to go over it again with cleaning spray to make it really shine. Your mom was able to track down and turn on the heater, not that you could tell the difference with all the windows wide open. Eventually, you had a short dinner break with your mama, standing around in the kitchen together with the two of you as dusty as the rest of the house. It was packed meals from the car. Simple sandwiches, fruit with thick peels that couldn't get smashed in the drive, little bags of granola and pretzels and juice boxes. There were no groceries. The Mercury fridge was off and totally empty when you checked. I was relieved that there was nothing gross in there. Bro, rotten stuff in a fridge, it smells so bad. No matter what it is. Oh, what? Stretched. You were prepared for the worst for such an old, practically abandoned house. There wasn't a single bottle of nasty ketchup or box of unknown leftovers or anything. The trash from your food was dumped into the same giant black garbage bag that you've been throwing piles of gray-stained paper towels and wads of squashed together tape in for the whole night. Somehow the bag was getting full even though it was big enough to fit your whole body inside. It was a mark of how much work you'd really done. Looking at the giant house made you think you hadn't gotten started. The only way to change that was to keep going, as your mama talked about when encouraging yourself to clean again after dinner. You and your mama polished up the house as best you could for even more hours. When your usual bedtime arrived, Mama put the duster and scissors down. She was gonna have you stay up late, no matter how excited she was to unpack. They guided you to the first floor bathroom. The ones on the second floor were too dirty to use, lugging her overnight bag off the counter along the way. Her mama explained how she'd do a round throughout the whole house to close the windows to keep them busy until the bathroom was free, and left you to get ready to sleep. Inside the bag was little baby-sized versions of normal toothpaste and mouthwash, containers, and simple toothbrushes. All you had for pajamas that night was a green long-sleeve shirt with matching pants. Color coordination. Partially could with only a sink to use. Trying to get the grimy feeling off your skin wasn't easy. It took way longer than usual, but it was crucial. Then you charged into the PJs and let your mama have her turn. While she was away, take out our favorite stuffed animal. It wasn't something you could sleep without. The furniture was still plastic wrapped, so you crouched down and sat on the rug. Mama returned in only a couple minutes, wearing her purple pajamas, and she also had sleeping bags tucked under each of her arms. She shifted one forward to hold against the front of her chest and dropped the other onto the floor and landed it with a puff. Oof. That'll be mine. Mama noted with trying to untie the band and kept the sleeping bag together in a roll, pulled and pinched at the knot. When it didn't budge, she lifted the bundle to her face and used her teeth to pry the bands apart from each other. She got it loose and victoriously flapped the bag all the way open. She laid it down in a clear spot on the wooden floor. Here you are, Lecto, all ready. Okay. You used your feet and rocked back and forth to move yourself across the antique rug, scooting towards the sleeping bag without getting off the ground. Mama chatted casually while spreading out her own bag nearby. We need to get some wood so we can actually use that fireplace on nights like these. Does your mama know how to use a fireplace? I've never seen one in person until now. So far, I've still never seen that one had fire in it. Luckily, the house was warm and cozy even without that. Since the window stopped letting the chill in, the heater worked. It was sort of a surprise to you. Mama soon settled down in the center of her temporary bed. She sat cross-legged with her back solidly straight. Her hands came to rest on the tops of her knees. She made direct eye contact with you. We farted as loud as possible. Excuse me. Thank you for the help with the house today. I'll be home before we know it at this rate. So tired. I can understand that. Oh god. She slouched her shoulders, easing away some of the stiffness. Guess what I did in the neighborhood today? You're behind the fence the entire time? No, Mama. Okay, tell me, dear. After pausing just a little to build suspense, he began to narrate the entire story of the paper airplane adventure. For the moment it hit, the way it led you down the forest crossroad, meaning Shu on his tower with his notebook full of loose pages, to finding Tamarack and her leaf pile and all their surprises. Mama listened with her whole self, leaning forward and grinning wider with each new turn you revealed. You wrapped it up by explaining how you returned to the neighborhood with Shu and Tamarack and after everything you discovered. What a way to spend an afternoon! I'm proud of you, Electo. You're a bona fide detective. Oh my gosh, she's proud of me, chat. Oh my god. I had no idea you got into such a winding journey. You kicked your legs up and down in your sleeping bag, very pleased with your reaction. It was a fun story to tell. So the events of the day felt like they were going a long time ago. Or that they happened to someone else and you just heard about it. Oh goodness, I'm starting to get really tired. But it had been real. The paper airplane hit your shoulder and you held the note in your hands. You saved that paper with your things as a keepsake. You had nice memories that went with it. Your topic all done, Mama softly spoke up to share her own thoughts with you. It's odd. Imagine this entire building collecting dust for all this time, isn't it? No one wanted to live here. Not renters, not the man who owned it. It's a charming house. It doesn't seem that hard to believe to me. You mumbled the words under your breath. Mama didn't notice. She just kept talking pretty much to herself. There aren't a lot of opportunities out in these woods, I suppose. My company, the retiring of the former HR manager, was the first big position I've ever heard of for this area. And even that didn't open up for people already living in the town. They asked to relocate to take the position. Graces grew around her eyes the more she thought about it. Got herself before a frown could follow. I hope it's not an issue. I'm grateful. We'll find our place in the snow place, in the slow place of Golden Grove. And at least we'll have each other regardless. We'll always be together. And if that's as long as you need me, we will. Aww. Your mama stretched her legs out fully across her sleeping bag, wiggling her toes and set the black socks she had on. Sitting Mama right there on the floor with you was cool. We hang out together during bedtime like this most nights. It was special. As you thought about it, your eyelids were trying to tape themselves up with sticky, gritty stuff your eyes made when it was extra late. Alright, dear, you should get inside the sleeping bag now, before you blink out on top of it. It sounded like a pretty good idea. Slipping your stuffed animal into both your arms, you shimmied into the open end of the bag. It was made out of fabric that was so smooth it wasn't difficult to do. You moved farther down until the edge was to your chin. You were wrapped up like a loaf of bread in a grocery bag. Mama got to her feet, taking a short jog over to the far wall of the room. She lifted a finger to the light switch but kept her gaze down on you. The expression on her face was gentle. Good night, Alecto. Good night, Mama. The room went pitch black with a click. While your eyes were trying to adjust, you heard the shuffling sounds of Mama. She joined you on the floor again. Those noises soon stopped, and Mama didn't talk anymore. There weren't sounds of cars passing outside. There was thumping in your ears, and you thought you might have heard a creak somewhere. The night noises were a lot different than you were experienced with. They were so quiet and distant, it made you notice them more than if they were clear. You'd have to get to know those sounds better. Another part of the house's personality. Maybe one day, you and the house would be friends once you're familiar with each other. You pressed your eyes shut, and your head was thoughts of Shu and Tamarick. You tossed and turned in the squishy cocoon, wanting to sleep so tomorrow would come sooner to be excited to do so. It was way too long of a night. Then your second day in Golden Grove arrived. Well, again, we mentioned it earlier, but occasionally you'll get the opportunity to change what you're wearing during the game. You may also be able to take off accessories like hats and scarves during certain in-game moments. If you don't want to bother changing your outfit, you can toggle these sections off from your details section and click info on the right to find it. Would you like to set up the dress sections in the future? Yes. Have fun. Slay. Okay. Underlayers. We have some good underlayers. The only thing I think is cute though. That's kind of cute looking. Kind of cute looking, but not really what I'm going for. But outer layers. Fuzzy jacket, cute scarf, zip up, another fuzzy, that hoodie thing, an ascot. I like that cute scarf. It's like a pretty. Yeah, let's keep this color. Got dinner. Let's go with the regular shirt for now. Oh, don't take it off. Any head accessories that we want? Not necessarily for school. This is gonna match our outfit, but I don't want it. At least not right now. No glasses. No earrings. This is good. I think this is good. Your second day had only just arrived. Only one corner of the world outside the window had any sunlight, and the rest was all shadows. Lights in the house had been turned on for you to see your own hands. It should be criminal make people wake up this early. But your phone wasn't working yet, so you couldn't call the police or the mayor to complain. At least your mama didn't start making you do chores. And unpacking wouldn't be started until a lot later. That's what your mama said when you were brushing your teeth. For now, you both only had what was already out. The food around to eat was still just the same stuff from yesterday. It was what you had for breakfast already, and you could see your mama packing it in a brown paper bag for lunch too. It was the last of the preparation she had to do for your school, and you were pretty sure. Your mama really wanted to be the one to get your supplies for the day together. She put stacks of stapled papers, a notebook, your pencil case, a ruler, and more into your backpack. Mama had kept the back of the middle seat of the car to make sure it wouldn't be right there when it was time to use it for class. If it had been missing, maybe you would have carried your school stuff in a cardboard box, the same way you had to bring everything else you owned to this place in big boxes. Please don't do that, unless it's anything but a backpack day. You watched her from your comfy spot in your sleeping bag. You've already gotten dressed for the day. But that didn't mean you couldn't sit in bed again. There wasn't anywhere else to sit. Soon you'd be leaving the new old house in the neighborhood and all the parts of Golden Grove you've gotten to see so far. The next stop into the unknown was the North Acres Elementary School. You elementary school students. Blech. I don't wonder why your mama was bothering with making you bring so many things. None of the stuff in the backpack would ever be prepared for that. Middle schoolers are a nightmare. Middle schoolers and like elementary schoolers, oh, especially toddlers, oh my god. I would drop kick a bitch. Anyways. The school shouts were thinking of your head when a muffled thumping sound filled up the air. Emma slowly lowered her full hands down to the counter, and at the same time, her head and eyebrows went up. Guest? Already at this hour? Your mama let you grab your lunch in a bag incomplete on the table and went to investigate the knocking. You ready to take up your mama's side, bitch? Okay. The speed of your chase made your sleeping bag slide against the wooden floor, but you didn't trip. You were able to reach Mama before she opened the door. She pushed the long handle down with a click and tugged the door forward. It squeaked open. You glanced ahead, squinting your eyes to adjust from the complete brightness inside the pale dawn outside. Standing tall on the welcome mat, seemingly totally at home at your home, was the new friend you had met the day before, Mr. Chu Lin. Shui. How do you say this again? I pulled it.
Do we have the correct?
No. Go away.
Do we have the correct?
Chill.
Joel's fluffy hoodie was tucked smugly around his head. He didn't usually do that, at least based on how much you knew was usual for him. Joel's fluffy hood was tucked... Oh. Maybe it was because the air was somehow even more skin-prickling cold in the morning than it was during the day or evening. He shuddered just from the wind coming in through the opening. When he caught sight of you, the plucky grin took over his face. He popped onto the balls of his feet, getting even taller, and cheered a greeting. Good morning! Oh, is that his little arms up? I think it is. I can't really tell. It's just, arms. No, wait, no, this is jacket. I thought it was his little arms. This is jacket hoodie. Seeing who it was, you... Scoot past Mama. Don't push Mama. Push Mama bad. Jewel puffed up, completely pleased that you come over to him. He mirrored your move so he was facing you instead of Mama. Good morning to you. Thanks. Ooh, I think I skipped something. Hold on. Jewel stayed put in the new place he took, but angled his head to give his focus to your Mama. Mr. Shuelin, I'm your neighbor, and the same age as Madame Lucknow you minted. The two of us met yesterday. Ah, yes, I've heard. I've been anticipating getting to meet you. And those feelings were well placed. You're so polite. Yoshio straightened out the line of his bandana with both hands, giggling cheekily as he made direct eye contact with you. Well, if somebody has been talking about me, I hope it was good stuff. Now I should introduce myself as well. I'm Miss Eminid, Electo's mother. It's nice to meet you. May I ask what elected Miss Eminid? There's something I wanted to talk to her about. Thoughtfully, your mama's glance drifted down to you. Without looking back at him, your mama replied, That'd be fine. I'll finish getting your bag ready, Electo. You two can chat. I thought my model froze for a second. He clasped his hands tightly together primly. Water in my mouth is dry. Thank you very much. Mama let a content smile rest on her face as she walked back inside the house, leaving you alone with you. Geez, my favorite music. Oh my god, it's the panda! It's the trash panda. Hi, panda. How are you? You looked back at him eagerly. It was the only morning, and something good was already happening. What did you want to say? Yo didn't beat around the bush with you. He probably didn't want anyone. He came right out with what he had in mind. Want to walk to school together? It's the first day. He squared his shoulders and held out a hand, counting off points of his fingers. We're going to the same place and the same grade. There's a good chance we'd be in the same class. Going together would make everything so easy. Thank you, you're so nice. Alright. He hopped an enthusiastic double thumbs up. And guess what else is the reason for why we should walk together? What? His gaze got sharper, but it don't feel scary at all. This is like a fancy cut jewel rather than a pointy weapon. It's because I want you to be there. Oh my god, the Riz at such a young age. Boy, you should not be rizzing people up at 10. So yep, I think it makes a lot of sense that we go together. With his hands in his pockets, Shu shifted the whole top half of his body diagonally over to the one side. The tilt of his head really showed off the bend in his self-pleased smile. Oh. He flung an arm back out and arched the fingers across the air in front of both of your faces. It might have been to stop you before he could say anything, or to keep himself from forgetting whatever else he wanted to talk about. And it wouldn't be just us. I'm gonna keep going down the cul-de-sac to Granny's house so I can ask Merrick next. So that's it. What do you think about all three of us walking together? It's a good plan, right? It's a great idea. I want to go. You swung your hands behind you as you spoke out again. I'll get my backpack and tell my mama where I'm going. Cool, I'll wait for you here. You parted with Shio for a second, but didn't bother closing the door. The sound of your feet against the floor was the only noise in the huge house, and you couldn't have snuck up on Mama if you tried. That sounds like Quitterstock to me. Each step you took brought you closer, and it made you smile and her face grow larger, but she didn't get distracted from her job. Her gaze stayed stuck on the counter. Mama placed one more paper into your backpack and snapped the plastic clasp on the top flap closed. With that secure, she promptly picked the bag up by the loop handle. She lowered herself down to your height by bending her knees low. Then she offered the backpack over to you. Exceptional timing, dear. Here, you're set to go. It was nice and light when you took the pack from her. That wouldn't last. Soon you'd have actual school books to bring around with you. What happened with our guest? Did he leave? You answered the question while looping one arm after the other into the wide openings of your backpack straps. Still out there, and Shio wants me to walk with him to school. Can I go? You shifted your grip to the dangly ends of the armbands, and then gave it a swift tug to tighten the strap, fully securing the bag against you. He came over to ask you what? Talk about convenient. The young Mr. Lin must know the way far better than I do. Certainly can walk together. That was exactly what you thought she'd say. You could count on her to understand. As she smiled, her face lit up softly like the early morning sunshine outside. Mama pinched the tip of your chin between her thumb and her pointer finger. Enjoy your first day. It's only one of them per year. Look, it's nice instead of what it wasn't. Yeah, we'll do this one. Anything could happen for all you know. It might be good. She left you in order to place her hands on her thighs, needing to balance herself as she stiffly straightened up to her full height. Your mama folded her arms proudly, watching you leave for the day. You're going ahead without her. Through the open door, you can see Shio waiting patiently on the open door porch still. He turned his back to the house, instead looking around the neighborhood. He came to his side and they caught his attention. Hopefully his gaze didn't go to yours. It went right back to the backpack you had on. Yeshua grinned hopefully. I told Mama, it's okay. He smacked his hand together enthusiastically. Alright, let's go. You know, like though, it's been forever since I've gotten to walk to school with a friend. I'm good. How are you, Todomane? I'm good. I'm pretty tired and I'm slowly falling asleep on stream. So I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to go. I'm not gonna. You perked your ears, going super alert. You said you were friends. You thought you were, but it was totally different to have him talk about it just like that. I'm glad we're friends. He grinned ear to ear. She was full of certainty. Same with me. She easily swiveled all the way around on his heels. He firmly planted his feet into the floorboard of the porch to close out his move. Comfy, comfy. Then he confidently strode forward and leapt over the little steps to get onto the ground. You had places to be, and nothing was going to stand in his way. Happily, you went along with him down the stone path, past the fence, and onto the neighborhood sidewalk. It took less than a minute to go around the bendy curve in your neighborhood that led to the least pointy, least colorful home on the street. Tamarack's house, also her Omi and Opa's house. You and you wandered right into the uncharted territory of their porch. And the one singular potted plant outside. Excuse me. A pig. Oh, fuck. You typed out a rhythmic set of knocks. Stop, body. No more hiccups. He brought his arms to his side, shook his head to readjust the way his hair fell around his shoulders, and positioned himself squarely at the center of the entryway. The old door began to jiggle in its frame like it was shivering cold from being outside this early too. Someone was fiddling with the doorknob on the other side. And then the door swung wide open with a clarion yank and the gust of flowery perfume air coming out from deep inside the house. So clasping the handle and leaning her hand against the door, Tamarack was there to greet you, and she had her bag and scarf at the front on for the day already. I can read, I swear. Take a nappy? I will after stream, I promise. Hello. He's so cute. Good morning, Tamarack. Her eyes popped open. She hadn't looked to see who was at her door before saying hello, but she could tell that it was from that answer. Tamarack's tone of voice lightened even more. Ciao and Electo? You're both here. Hi. Good morning, Tamarack. Joe kept this very popular pose and offered Tamarack the same invention he'd given me. I'm glad we didn't miss you. We're all going to the same school, right? It'd be cool to walk as a group, wouldn't it? Please, I don't want you to go all by yourself. She blinked rapidly many times and all in a row. There was a soft pink light. Her eyelashes looked almost like shimmering dragonfly wings. Wow, okay, I want to come. She twisted almost the whole way around, turning her back to you. You just barely glimpsed the darkened hall behind her. Tamarack had then leaned over, bending her knees, and powerfully shut into the depths of the gray house. Or shouted into the depths of the gray house, my bad. I'm going to school now. Her loud, high-pitched call echoed through the hallway. Have a good day, young lady. Tamarack hopped forward. It was a small... That was all it took for her to go from being... Let me read that again. Tamarack had hopped forward. It was small, but that was all it took from going to being in her house to being in the outside world. She tugged the doorknob with her to slam the door shut. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you and me. Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you and me. Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza, yeah, for you and me. You're welcome. The quickness of all that was too much, and Shio needed a second to catch up with it, but when he did, he chuckled. Perfect. Shio lazily settled his hands on his hips, and his eyes moved way off to the side, even though there was nothing special to see that way. Guess we've actually got to go to class. Yeah. She pumped her fist up and down in the air in a pattern that matched the pace of her yaz. Here we go. Yeah. All clustered together, you, Shio, and Tamarack trampled off to a white wooden porch. The full set of cul-de-sac kids hit the road again. The trip was almost the opposite of last time. The sun was bright coming up instead of going down, and you were leaving the neighborhood instead of going back to it. But that wasn't what really stood out to you. It was a little bit amazing you already could compare it to last time. And you could guess that this journey with them wasn't going to be the actual last time it ever happened. It just became the last time it happened before the new next time. The first part of the school trip wasn't hard. There was only one way out of your neighborhood unless someone hiked out into wherever the woods went. That would be cool. Maybe able to do that someday. The actual path forward had you brushed past the forest fork that originally led you to meeting Shio and Tamarack. But you weren't stuck with the same limits as before. The morning you moved right on, but without having to stop on the check of what might be heading away back there. Now you traveled even further. The woods crowded in closer and closer around the one road that led out. Until suddenly structures began to appear in between the bushes. The thick overhang of leaves pulled apart to show the sky. The road unfolded ahead of you. Sunshine climbed mountains to just barely tickle your cheeks while the stars still clustered against your back. You were right in the center of the windy mountain path. You floated over the uneven ground, looking at every small bump and every bend like a black river. Along the street hung wooden poles rose into the sky, and a road the reveled trees stretching phone lines and reaching branches wove the whole town together. Even though Golden Grove was a lived-in place with man-made things, the vast wilderness was just as much a neighbor as the residents of the real people neighbors. Tamarack tramped over the grass, swishing her arms in full-length swings in front of her. She didn't get anywhere near the tarmac. Shio's stride was a lot breezier. He took the spot in the line closest to the road and didn't even check for cars. His eyes were aimed at the now viewable sky. He ended up somewhere in between them. Tamarack was a swoosh and Shio was a breeze. You were a whirlwind. You rushed about, twisting the ankle of your head and taking in every new thing that surrounded you. I don't know why I struggled to do that. All the air went out the window when Shio started moving his hands around even more than Tamarack. He frantically stuck his fingers in and out each of his pockets while poking his tongue out at the corner of his mouth. Don't do that, you're gonna get dry lips. And it was paper, but it wasn't a special tan papers. The thing Shio grabbed was a thick, folded packet of white printer paper covered all over in tiny ink words. You could instantly tell what it was. The many papers stapled together with that many words on them only ever came from one place, school. Joe had it close to his face. He had his nose completely and was basically a book, but for some reason he started to talk to you in Tamarack. Which room did you get? I'm dying. For a second, Shio picked over the pages to look at the both of you. Who's your teacher? Tamarack thought hard, but she didn't find an answer in her head. She squished her head under the flap of her bag without unbuckling it. She had to find her own papers. I'm gonna check. Her mom put a packet of papers into your backpack, and you just needed to find it. While you rooted around for that, Shio shouted, "Here it is. Room 24, Miss Murray." Shio used his thumb to bend the papers down, his top hiding his face, and you can see he was stunned. Tamarack waved her packet in the air in a crinkly flurry. "Me too." "Great. What about you, Electo? Is Miss Murray there? Is it Miss Murray 3? You yanked the papers from your bag and sped read the huge chunks of long words that explained the school procedures and student enrollment. Lucky for you, the part you needed to know smacked up the front. Teacher Miss Murray, room 24. Hey, Soleil! We're in the same class. Your mama had given you the papers. She probably got his from his mom and dad, and Tamarack from her Omi and Opa. Despite being kind of different, these papers were all the same. The smirk settled in his regular spot in Shio's face. All according to plan if he somehow could have planned it. We're roommates. He didn't need the packet for anything else, so he stuffed it into his pants pocket with a shrug of one shoulder. There's only 3 5th grade classes we could have been in. When Shio made sure it was deep enough to not just fall over, he brought both his arms into even bigger shrugs and chuckled about. But Miss Murray, I almost made it without her being my teacher. I was so close. Tamarack peered into the face with his wide eyes, leaning over so much that I almost walked into her. She didn't have to say what her question was with words. You got it. Don't worry, she's nice. She's the best teacher for you two. Chu made a serious and unreassuring okay sign with his fingers, but in an instant it snapped into a pointing gesture. And you're probably gonna be shocked, but Miss Murray isn't just a teacher, she's a mom. She has kids that are just her kids, not students. Wow. Stared in amazement. I didn't know a teacher could have a kid. Oh my god, the usefulness. The youthful curiosity. Well, they can. But now I know where we're really going. I can bring us right to the door. The extra burst of confidence got you to take long strides ahead of you and Tamarack, keeping his chin high. Tamarack bounced across the gate, grass, taking her knees high to catch up, and she didn't let him keep the lead he took. Happily, you went up to them. You ran forward to get back in the middle of the row, and you were greeted with grins from both of them. Your steps came back into the steady rhythm between the three of you. Just walk along quietly. Completely quiet, Tamarack was humming to herself, and she was the one who decided to offer some new words. Hey, guess how I normally go to school? Tamarack's brows lifted up with her mouth stayed a little O shape, even though her humming stopped. I don't know. You go by yourself? Yeah, but that's not all. The light came to his eyes, and Q began to rumble at a rapid pace. He pointed a finger around the extra oompa to the description. I ride my bike. I've got a mountain bike. There's a hard silver splatters, and the tires have these big treads. It's so fast, you'd be amazed. I couldn't deny that did sound impressive. Maybe you'd give his bike some time. The sudden spark Geohead went out as quickly as it appeared. He dropped his hand and lifted his shoulders with a casual shrug. But walking isn't bad either. Oh? That was interesting. You learned something new. The longer we walk went on, the more Tamarack's gaze was pulled to the forest edge along the road instead of what we were right in front of her. Her steps drifted unevenly. You couldn't blame her. She had done the same thing at the trip a few days ago, a couple times. But you weren't the only one who noticed her focus. So it's kind of funny how both of you like the woods that much. Really nice place I've seen here so far. She said it the plainest way possible, and the words still made Shizu gasp hard enough to cough. Have you been places other than the forest? Yeah, lots. They're not good. I can't believe it. This one. He shook off the shock, and Tamarack's statement hit him with. He turned his cheek to the front as he rolled his shoulder, and he was winding up for a comeback. Or something. Hi, Alpha! You came into an ad break. No, Alpha! I promised to sleep, though. I promised. Trevor turned his statement with him. He turned his cheek to the front and rolled his shoulders, wanting to come back. I'll give you one thing. There's a pretty special kind of fun that, in all my years of living here, you can only ever have out in these very woods, nowhere else. I have no ad. Oh, really? The ad preview is lying to me. But how are you, Alpha? But I do promise to get some sleep soon. Really? What is it? Because a real Tamarack was hooked on it. Because it became invested in whatever mystery Q had to line up this time. I'm not gonna tell you. What? Tamarack shrieked in a tone so high it scared away a bird who was minding its own business in the tree above. It was hook, line, and sinker. I have no ad though. Huh. Weird. You're just magically broken, Alpha. You have the magic power. You're the chosen one. The beat of its wings fluttering through the air matched Huey's giggling, and he brought a hand to his chin and lowered a mischievous glance at Tamarack. One day you'll understand. Probably. And that was really it. Closed up his lips, folded his arms, and settled into not explaining for the rest of the walk. Tamarack couldn't accept that or couldn't get the hint. She pressed it in with passion, and her words getting stronger every second she repeated them. Tell me the thing, Chew. Tell me the special thing. Just wrapping things up for the weekend, sadly That is true. Weekends do go by really fast, and it's not fair. Please tell us. He didn't. Conversation of you and Tamarik's attempts to squeeze you for information. The situations that escaped from Shu continued while you headed towards your goal. Down the road some more, over a crosswalk, past the main street, taking a turn at the corner. There was when the widest building you've seen so far came into view. The door had been taller ones because there are only 2 floors. There were a lot of those floors. North Acres Academy School. The name made sense. You wondered exactly how many acres it was. Dozens of other kids were pouring out from different paths and mixing together under the front torches above the giant door. You tried to stand still, waiting to do things right. Then you went through the door, sticking even closer by your group than on the walk there. Ooh. Okay, I think though this is where I'm gonna save and come back to later. I am getting kind of sleepy, and I am slowly falling asleep. Have fun hopping off my phone. Need to check. Okay, Ray, thank you for stopping in. I hope you have the rest of your day and or night or evening, whatever it is for you. I hope that goes for everybody. Make sure to take care of yourselves. I am going to see where is she? There she is. There she is. Good night. Oh my wits on. Rest. This is such a cute game, though. I'm really loving this game so far. I hope you guys are liking this game. It'll be a really good, relaxing game to do every once in a while between all of our high-pressure games and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll do this every once in a while, get through it, especially since I think we only have the prologue, it said. I don't know if I have the whole game or not. But we will see. We will see. Did I copy the message? I think I did. I think I did. Raid Dia, because it is Dia and Aruna's 1-year streaming anniversary today. So we'll go and wish them a happy 1-year anniversary. Stream, of course, of course. Thank y'all for being here. Remember to take care of yourselves, get some food, get some water. I love you guys very much. Mwah. I might take a break tomorrow, so I don't think I'll stream tomorrow. But I'll definitely try to get my schedule out by tomorrow at least. And I will keep you guys updated on other stuff as well. So take care of yourselves. I love you. Bye-bye.